back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I want to talk to y'all about some things. This is what the Father wants me to speak on. But it's got something to do with this. It's a movie. But it's really happening out here in the world. This is what he wants me to speak on. He wants the ladies to know the truth about how man's really, I'm not going to say all man's, but most man's in the world, how they want ladies to actually be. He wants me to speak on this. I was watching Coming Home to America. It was by Eddie Murphy movie that he played in when he lived in Africa. And, he was rich. You know how, African people, they wear their little crowns and all of that stuff. And they run their world the way they want to run their world. And Eddie Murphy, he was not the type of man he didn't want to live like that. He did not want to use no woman or no women at all. He didn't want to do that. He just wanted to be with just one woman. He just wanted to marry just one woman. He didn't want 11 women. He didn't want that. He just wanted one woman to be with, a woman that got common sense. That's all he wanted. He just wanted a woman to have common sense. Because, in Africa, in other cities, other states, they have all kind of women's that they share their bodies with other mans. Like, if you married to one man in Africa, he has many wives. Many wives. He have a one main wife, but he have other wives. And his wife don't care about him having other wives, as long as he happy. As long as she can make him happy, he give her what she want and all of that. She cool with that. He can have as many wives as he want her. But what she don't realize that all these juices that he's passing out towards these women is coming back to her too. So each and every one of them is catching diseases from each and every one of them. Each and every, person, they are catching diseases from each other. Because he going to sleep with this woman, he going to sleep with that woman, he going to sleep with that woman, he going to sleep with that woman, unless he have her checked out, unless he have all of his wives that he married go to the doctor and get checked out and make sure they don't have no kind of diseases. And then he sleep with these women and sleep with his first wife. Now, it could be done like that. Or, some men just don't care and they marry women and they don't have these women checked out and they just marry them and then bring all this diseases back to the first wife and then passing it all to each other, They do that. So what the Father wants me to speak on about here is that mans want stuffed wives. They want stuffed wives. That's what they want. They want women to cater to them, like bow down to them, do whatever they want. And I'm not saying all men, because all men's not like this. It's some men out here want that. They want women to bow down to them and do whatever they want to do. So in the part of the movie that with Eddie Murphy, his father told him that he had met a man, and this man, from his daughter being a child, from a grown woman, taught her how to be with Eddie Murphy when they get grown. So they taught her how to do whatever he wants to be done, no matter what. So when his father told him that, the girl, she came to him, she came to see him, and he had to, they wanted him to marry this girl. But Eddie Murphy did not want no woman that he got to control. He didn't want that. He didn't want no woman he had to control. He wanted a woman that he can communicate with, compromise, and do things together. You know, they can do things and make decisions together. They don't want nobody. He didn't want nobody to try to tell him what to do. He tell her what to do. He wanted both of them to just be equal. So the woman that his son brought to him, he saw that she was beautiful because he said himself, it don't matter how the woman look. This is what Eddie Murphy said. It don't matter how she looks. It don't matter. It's what's upstairs in the head. It's up there. It's up in the head. That's what he was saying. If she got common sense, then we cool. That's what he said. We cool if she got common sense. So he see her come in. He looking at her. She's a beautiful woman and everything. He calls her. He said, "Look, come here. We got to talk. I need to talk to you. Let's go in this room right here, and I want to talk to you." So Eddie Murphy took her in the room, shut the door. Everybody looking at him, walk in the room with her, shut the door. So he started talking to her. He said, "So your father taught you to do whatever I say do?" And she said, "Yes." He said, "Now you try to tell me that your father taught you to do whatever I want you to do." And she said, "Yes." And so he said, "Okay, bark like a dog." So she went, she barked like a dog. He said, "Jump on 1 foot." She started hopping on 1 foot. What the heck is this? That's the way he was saying, "What the heck is this?" That's the way he was looking like, "What? I don't want no woman like this." I don't want no woman like this. So he said, he went to his father and he said, "Father, this is not what I want. I don't want no woman to do whatever I say do." And his father said, "Why not? Your mother do what I say do." He said, "Well, that's you and my mom. That's you and my mom. That's y'all life. That's the way y'all want to be. But I don't want to be raised up like this." That's what he said. He said, I want to go out of Africa and go meet a nice, beautiful, wholesome woman that I can marry. I want to find somebody that I can marry that's down to earth." And his father said, "But son, look at me. I'm married to your mother and I'm sleeping with the helps." And my father said, and he said, "Okay, that's you." And he said, "But I can get whatever I want out these ladies." And Eddie Murphy said, "Okay, that's you. Okay, then you do that. But that's not what I want." And then he said, "But you got women that can cater to you too." He said, "Yes, I understand that. I like when they go down on me and, do what they do with his penis." Oh, he liked that. He said he cool with that. He said he was cool with that, what they do down there. But he don't like them trying. He didn't want nobody washing his body, washing his, washing his booty and all that stuff. He didn't like that. But he liked it when they wash him down below and do what they do down there. He liked that. But that ain't what he wanted in his life. So Eddie Murphy decided to go to the city. He told his father, "Look, I'm going to find my wife in another state, in another city. I don't want these ladies. I want these ladies. I want to find my own wife." And then his father said, "Okay, I'm going to give you 2 weeks to find your wife." So Eddie Murphy left with his the person that be following him, making sure that nothing don't happen to him. Him and that person went to New York, and they went to Queens to find his woman. He went to Queens, Queens back in Queens in the ghetto. He went to live in Queens to find his woman. So if he had to go all the way in the dumps in the ghetto in Queens to find his queen, that's what he did. That's what Eddie Murphy did. Because he knew that he was going to find a woman that's going to love him for him. Because that's what he said to his father. I want somebody to love me for me, not what I got. I don't want nobody to love me for what I got. I want a woman to love me for who I am. That's what he said to his father. So his father said, okay, I'm going to give you 2 weeks to go find this woman that's going to love you for who you are. And Eddie Murphy left with his friend, whoever the dude is, that was watching his back. They left, and they went to Queens, and they told the man, they told the person that they was trying to find a place to live in Queens in a building. He said he want to live in the worstest dump. He said he want to go to Queens and find the worstest dump to live in, so nobody won't know that he's a queen, that he's a king. So he want to move somewhere where nobody don't know who he is, and he want to live in the worstest dump. He want to start out from the first beginning. That's what he said. So he went, and they found this home, this building, and it was number of rats and roaches and everything running around there. But Eddie Murphy, he was cool with it. He said, I don't care, I want it. His friend was saying, you gonna live, this is where we gonna stay. Eddie Murphy said, yes, this is where we gonna stay, because this is where I'm gonna find my queen. This is where I'm gonna find my queen. So, you know, he got people that could clean all that up. So, you know, he had it cleaned up. He had it cleaned up. And they lived in that building. And then, as he left, it was people coming, because he had brought all of his clothes and everything, jewelry and everything. They had, the people start stealing, because he left his clothes and stuff outside, his bags and everything, where he had, you know, suitcases and everything. He had all that laying out. And as he went into the building and shut the door, these people started stealing his they start stealing his suitcases and all that, running off with it. They ran off with his stuff. They ran off with all his stuff. But Eddie Murphy didn't care. He let them have it. He said his friend was upset, talking about, you're going to let them steal our stuff? He said, man, we don't need that. That's what we came here for. We came here to dress down. We don't want nobody to know who we is. We came to dress down, man. I come to find my queen. I don't want my queen to know who I am. Okay? So don't worry about it. So as they got in there and got themselves comfortable and everything, they came out and they saw the people walking around and stuff with their clothes on. They had his jewelry and everything on them. It's showing him that, yeah, we stole your stuff, man. We got all your stuff. We got your clothes. We got everything. And his friend said, look, man, you see them walking around with our stuff, and they showing us that they got our stuff. And Eddie Murphy was laughing. He said, okay, let them have it. Let them have this stuff. I don't want it no way. Let them have it. Because we finna go somewhere and find us some American clothes. Thank you, Father. We finna go find some American clothes to wear. So he went and bought him some American clothes and everything. Him and his friends, he made sure they dressed down with nobody didn't know who they was. So they went to this lounge, called themselves trying to find his queen. He got some women that was playing empty-headed. They was empty-headed. They was talking all kind of stupid stuff. They was talking empty-headed. And Eddie Murphy and they were just looking at them like they were stupid. Like, no, this is not what I want. So they left out of the lounge and they ran into this man. Because, see, Eddie Murphy had a lot of people playing the part of him. Everybody was playing the part of Eddie Murphy. So he ran into one of the dudes that was, that lived in the neighborhood. And he asked him where he could find a clean, wholesome woman that he can marry, that he want to be with. And he said, the man told him, if you're looking for a clean, wholesome woman, you got to go into the church. That's what he told Eddie Murphy. You have to go into the church to find a clean, wholesome woman. Because that's where they all at. They in the churches. So you got to go into the church. And Eddie Murphy said, okay. So he goes into the churches. He started listening to the preachers preaching everything. And then all of a sudden he found his queen. He found her in the church. He found her. She had common sense and everything. Like he wanted. She was just right for him. She was just right for him. And when he found her, It took time for him to get her now because she already had a man. But he was determined to break that up. And he broke it up because he wanted her. He broke that up and he got her. And he took her back to his father and his mother. But they didn't like her because she was not a queen like them. They wanted him to marry somebody in his, bracket, not a woman that's not in his bracket. He wanted somebody to marry in his bracket, but he wasn't looking for that. He wanted somebody to love him for him. So, but her father was not poor. They was not a poor person. Her father owned his own restaurant and everything. He owned his own business. So they was not a poor person. They had their own business. So, but they just wasn't enough for his family. Even though her father had his own business, they still was not enough for his family. So he told his father and his mother, if you can't accept her, because that's who I want, and I'm going to marry her. I love her. She's my what you call that? My twin. She's my twin. That's who I came looking for. I came looking for my twin. And she is my twin. And that's who I want. And that's who I'm going to marry. I don't want these empty-headed women out here. His father. All of these ladies is empty-headed women. I don't want them. She is not empty-headed. She got a head on her shoulder. I want her. And that's who I'm going to marry. And if y'all can't accept it, then I don't care. They couldn't do nothing but accept it because that's what he wanted. But see, what I'm saying that it's mans out here that want women that just like what Eddie Murphy's saying. These is some mans out here they want women to cater to them. They don't want women to have common sense. They want women to bow down to them and do what they want to do. They don't want a woman to have a head on her shoulder. As long as a woman giving them what they want, they satisfied. If this woman is going to suck their penis all day and all night, that's what they want. If this woman going to let them have 11 women sleeping in their house or coming and they know that he's going around sleeping with other women, that's what they want. They want to have their cake and eat it too. And all men ain't like that. All men don't want to have their cake and eat it too. But you have men out here that want their cake and eat it too. And you have women out there that go right along with it. Because they go right along with it because they just want the money from the men. They don't care about what they do. And men don't care. The ones that want their cake and eat it too, they don't care because they want the women to have their money. Because they're getting what they want. They getting what they want, so they don't care. They want them to have the money. That's why they don't care. These women can take whatever they want. These men can give these women whatever they want. They don't care about the money. They just want to have their cake and eat it too. And that's what the Father is talking about. It's men out here don't care about y'all. They just want their cake and eat it too. And if y'all want the money, they are grateful to give up to money. As long as y'all let them sleep with whoever they want to sleep with, do whatever they want to do with, they cool with that. If you want the money and they can have the souls, that's all they want. If they can have the body and you want the money, that's what they're going to take. Here, I'll give you the money, but I want the souls. And that's what these men want. They just want women that they can just use and abuse. And see, Eddie Murphy wasn't like that. He don't want no woman to use and abuse. He want a woman that he can build and grow with. That's what he wanted. He don't want somebody that do what he tells to do 24 hours a day and they do it regardless. Run over. And he could have told her, get on the ground and roll over. And she would have did it. She would have got on the ground and rolled over. Whatever he told her to do, she was going to do it because she said that that's the way she was raised up. To do what he told her to do. She was raised up to be stupid. I'm just going to call it out just like it is. She was raised up to be stupid. And that's the ways her father raised her up. To cater to a man, regardless of how he want, cater to her. So if he called her all kind of names, she agree with it. If he tell her she's a stupid chick, she agree with it. Because that's the way they raised her up to be. So whatever he say to her, she agree with it. Can we sleep with other women? She agree with it. Can we sleep with other men? She agreed with it because that's the way they raised her up to be. And this is what these men want out of women. They want these women to agree with everything they want. They want step-it wives. They want robots. That's what they want. But ain't no woman out here is robots. It's women out here don't care about doing what y'all want them to do because they would do it. Because it's women don't understand that. Money ain't everything. Your soul should be more to you than money. And mans know that. Your soul should be more to you than money. So that's why they take your soul. Because they know money means more to you than your soul. So they take it. And then they look at you like you're stupid because you're selling your soul for something that you're not going to even have. So when you pass off earth, you don't have that money. And your soul that you done gave away is going straight to hell because you done sold your soul to the devil. And mans are the devil. I'm not saying all mans, but most mans out here are the devil. They are the devil. Because y'all sell y'all soul to the devil when y'all give y'all bodies up to these mans. Y'all are selling y'all soul to the devil. And mans are the devil. They are the devil. And I'm not saying all mans. I'm saying some mans out here are the devil. They are truly are the devil. Because they know that your soul is more priceless than money. Mans know that. They know your soul is more priceless than money. But ladies seem to act like they want to play stupid. Like I said, it's a lot of dense women out here that play dense. And they don't care about their soul. So they rather give up. They rather take the money and give mans their soul. And mans just use them and bruise them. And this is what the Father is saying. That's what y'all do. Y'all don't care about y'all soul. Y'all care about money more than y'all soul. And that's why mans use y'all because they know that y'all care more about money than y'all souls. And they use y'all for it. And that's the way y'all want to be. And mans is cool with that. And I'm not speaking of all mans. I'm speaking of some of the mans out here that's truly are wicked and evil. That would use women just for their soul. And they already know that. They not stupid. They know that. Women think they're getting over on mans, but you're not. You're not getting over on mans. You're getting over on yourself because the man already know that your soul is priceless. And they use it. And it's up to you to give it up because the Father give you free will. That's what he do. He give you free will. And when you mess it up, that's on you. Not on man. It's on you because you should know that your soul is more priceless than money. That's just a point blank right there. That's point blank. So this is what the Father wanted me to speak on. Y'all need to understand the difference between your soul and money because your soul should be more priceless than money because money can't go with you. When you leave off this earth, that money is still here and your soul going either to hell or heaven. That's up to y'all. And that's what the Father wanted me to talk about. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day. And check out that picture. Check out Eddie Murphy movie, Coming Back to America. Check it out. I'm telling you, it had me laughing. When I seen that movie the first time when I was like in my teens, I didn't understand the movie. It was funny to me. But as I got older and I started listening to it, I understand like, okay, now I see what this man is talking about. This man, these people, these men out here is using women to get what they want. They don't want nothing else but to have their cake and eat it too. That movie had me cracking up. Y'all should check it out, I'm telling you. Eddie Murphy had me cracking up. Check out the movie. I'm telling you, y'all gonna like it. Thank y'all for listening to me. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.